and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 4 with another team adventure. This time we are going racing, I should say, in better English, with a field of A-class cars. However, they all had to have 4 doors. So, yeah, they've all got 4 doors. I've gone for a Commodore that is theoretically very, very quick indeed. Mine is built a little bit, a bit differently. I've gone for rear-wheel drive in this. Now, the Tarn race is likely to be very quick. Hopefully, it's going to be very competitive. Might struggle a little bit more on the dirt. I have got rally tyres on it, but we're going to see how it pans out on this one. There's an interesting selection of vehicles. I've got some 400 and something horsepower, and it weighs about 2,600 pounds. So power-to-weight ratio in this thing is pretty good, and it does drive very nicely. Big rally tyres, I think it's 3 or 5s at the rear. So on the tarmac there is going to be traction aplenty. On the dirt, I mean, not quite so much, but hopefully not too bad. That's the plan with this one. Anyway, can we duck underneath through here? I mean, it's maybe on our teammate a little bit. Oh god, well it's not quite as far down there as I wanted to go, if I'm honest with you, but it's kind of where we have been put in all of that. We'll let the other Commodore go. That is our teammate. We don't want to fight the teammate. We want to go and fight with the Maserati, if at all. I mean, we want to go fight with the Alfa Romeo that's leading the way, but if that's too quick, I'll settle for fighting with the Maserati. Let's get the front end turned in through there. Maserati's had a big dive trying to take second place away. Has made that one stick. The other Commodore is brutally fast. That thing's a way, way more speed than me. Now, of course, the thing you have to bear in mind here is that some vehicles will be set up for tarmac, perhaps. Mine's in a little bit of a funny place. Mine's kind of halfway between being a tarmac car and a rally car. While it has rally tyres and rally suspension, of course, it's not the all-wheel drive monsters you see from some of them. So, yeah, it's an interesting compromise. Sometimes this compromise works wonders, and you get a car that's fast on both. Sometimes this compromise doesn't work, and you get a car that's not particularly strong anywhere. And I'm not sure what we're going to see from this one. We're going to have to wait and find out. I do know I don't turn as well as the yellow Commodore. I also know, or HSP, whatever that thing is. I can't remember what it's called. I also don't quite have the crazy top-end speed, but I do know my car is quite good. You know, it's certainly not being dropped that much as the yellow car will take second place away from the Maserati. Can I do anything? And the Maserati is all-wheel drive, we do know this. It's a very close adventure so far at the moment here. We've pulled a little bit clear of the Subaru, and I don't know what that is behind. I think that's actually the other Holden. I think that's Blue Team's Holden that is coming to join in the fun. So I mean, we carry so much more corner speed. The Gibble just understeers for a mile. Yes, I know it's technically called the Ghibli, but I've always called it the Gibble. I shall forever call it the Gibble. So there we go. That's just what it is. We're going to have a dive underneath here. This might be my best bet, because we do turn better than that big Maserati. Not well, almost actually. Might get underneath it through here. Depends if there's a gap for us. We can certainly put the nose there. We're not quite as quick as the lead. The lead 2 are faster than I am. But we're definitely, I think, the 3rd fastest car around this circuit. I think at a slower track, my car could work wonders with that grip it's got. Let's just be a little bit careful. We've got a couple of laps, and there's no need to rush into a massive, crazy pass here. Thought about going for that dive. In fact, the Maserati just cannot turn to save its life through here. We've got to the inside. Now, we know we're pretty evenly matched in terms of top end. The Maserati has a little bit more speed. The English car a little bit quicker, but it's not going to be enough, because we're just going to have a dive at turn 1. We have to do it. Oh, no, it's still got speed on the exit. I'm surprised. I thought that car's going to run out of grip there. We'll go side by side through these next couple of corners. It'll put us on the inside for the corner that matters, if I'm honest. Although the Gibble's put up a good fight there. I feel like it's going to run out of grip on the outside. There we go. That's it, out of grip. Now, I am on a very, very wonky line on the way in there. I've got to be wary of. We've almost got this pass completed. The Subaru is still fighting back over that 5th place, which we do need. Points are close. We have got the lead of this one now, but the points are close. Is the Gibble going to try to go around the outside here? I would not really advise that one. Oh, both ran wide. I'll cover the inside. I know the Maserati can't outturn me down here. We will just make it difficult for that car. We've got 1 lap to try and hold on. It looks like the Subaru is coming under increasing threat. Now, we'd expect the Subaru perhaps to be good off-road, for example. This might not be the track for the Scooby. It depends on how the car is built, of course. We've got the lead, and we've got a good haul of points. It's not the biggest lead ever, but we have a good haul of points. The lead pair have gone into the distance a little bit further, probably helped by our big tussle over this third place. Now, don't do anything stupid through here. We've got the road to ourselves. We should be able to carry more speed than the big Maserati. We are out the other side. Don't look back. There we go. We gapped it. We've gapped it enough that we are clear. Unless we make a catastrophic error on this final lap, which I'm very much hoping we won't do. Into this penultimate corner. Try and carry as much speed as you can. Maserati is just understeer. It really is a boat, that thing. Certainly compared to the late de Grube Commodore that is absolutely flying through these corners. We are going to hold on to this position. Actually, it looks like we've gained a position further back. The bird of prey got 6th away from, I think, the other Commodore. I'll take a podium spot. I'll take a podium spot for my vehicle. Yeah. Oh, we've got the victory as well up at the front. The HSV got a victory as well. Fantastic stuff. We'll take that. She'll definitely take that one. So 2 red cars on the podium, a victory and a 3rd place. It was a really, really good race for that 3rd position. For a little while, it could have gone either way. But in the end, red team edged it. So here we go. Race number 2. We are off-road. Well, partly off-road. Don't do this track all so often. The Ashbrook Loop Scramble. This is a curious one. Quite a fast circuit here. Quite a fast circuit indeed. Probably a 3rd gravel. The gravel section's kind of quick downhill, and there's a long uphill section for if you have a lot of power. Is quite nice. If you don't have a lot of power, is quite painful. Really, you're just kind of sitting going up a hill with not much happening. We'll have to see how things go really in this one. I'm curious to see what cars we outturn. Although we get a little bit of a slide going on. Or whether we outturn and what outruns us down the straight. Now, I love the Giulia. It's a fantastic car. It is my favourite of the modern super saloons by a long way. And I know how good it is in Horizon 4. From, well, when we did the Super Saloon Showdown, we saw how good that car was on Horizon 4. What do we got? The Evo looks quite quick in 3rd. The Subaru has had a good run here. From the get-go. We have been assisted. And I'm not sure who's assisted who in all of that. Well, HSV can shoot through everything, and that can go chasing off after them. And the good news is we've got 3 red cars in 2nd, 3rd and 4th now. I don't know what tyres the Alpha... I think the Alpha might struggle to get rally tyres on it in A-Class, because I don't think that car gets much PI to play with. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering my my PIs, but I'm pretty sure that's going to struggle to get rally tyres. Who knows? As I said, though, this is not the nastiest of dirt. So it's still a challenge, a very different sort of challenge, this one. As we head at the bottom of the circuit, some off-track exploration for the Alpha and the HSV as they go in side by side. We've got a good chunk of points going on in this one. Obviously, more blue team cars not quite working. Although, admittedly, sometimes it can be a case of just bad places on the grid can make life difficult for a team, and that'll often work itself out. Everybody's quite close still in all of this, so we're going to outrun the Subaru and climb up into that 3rd position. The question is, can I chase down the Alfa Romeo? I don't know about that. Those two looked very, very quick in that first race. They were very, very fast. They were quite a long way out in front, so if we're able to do anything, I would be surprised, but this is a very different sort of circuit. The all-wheel drive, less helpful around here perhaps than some of the other tracks, being only one real acceleration zone on dirt. I mean, like, the stability through here is a little sketchy in the Commodore. Oh, I don't know whether... I don't think all-wheel drive is going to help on that one there. I just asked a bit too much of my car, and we've got a big wobble going on through there. That's probably not the place you want. Didn't wind up directly behind me on that bit. I just couldn't get the car back under control. Oh, back and got very, very light. There we go. We're back onto the tarmac. Oh, here comes the blue team's all-wheel drive brigade. Now, there's another Commodore coming up behind us. Could be a fairly differently built Commodore, shall we say. I'll get slowed for turn 1. and nicely does it there. The Gibble is on the march. Hopefully the Subaru can fight back and get some points, because it is very, very close indeed. Just 50 points in it. We've got more top speed than the car behind. Now that's good for me. It means we're going to be out of range by the time we get to the top of the hill. It generally suggests the car behind may be all-wheel drive. The reason why I would say that is all-wheel drive will eat up some of the PI, so I can use it for power, make that car faster in a straight line, but it'll mean I don't have the traction. Yep, judging by the speed that gets onto this gravel section, dirt section, I would suspect we have got an all-wheel drive Commodore behind us. It's a little scary. The points have gone really badly for us. How have they all fallen apart? I'm not quite sure. Oh, the leader's had a problem. The leader must have missed a checkpoint. I couldn't get the turn in through there correct either. Uh-oh. That's not so good. Yeah, must have missed a checkpoint with our lead car. And now it's a 1-2 for blue team. That's not what we want at all. Now, I don't want to really slow down that yellow car. That yellow car is quicker than I am. The HSV is just faster. So, I'm not going to bother. The best bet we have is the HSV goes chases after second, slows down second. I can manage to sneak past at the end, and we might get enough points, but it was very finely balanced at the point where things went wrong for the HSV. I think it's going to be difficult for me to do too much. I think a podium here is just going to be difficult for me. I don't seem to have the pace quite of the other Commodore. So the dirt section kind of kills me a little bit. So there's that. At least we've run away from the Maserati. That's something. I've got that all wrong there. I wonder if the yellow car may be rear-wheel drive as well. If the car's fast enough, rear-wheel drive is okay around here. It's still difficult though. Oh, come on, rear-wheel drive Commodore. We can chase down this group. If they're going to fight each other, that could help. Again, if the HSV can back up the red and white car into me, that would also be very, very good. I don't think that's quite going to happen. Although, I've run a little bit wide. Follow the HSV. No, it's not quite the line I wanted. It was desperation trying to get any sort of speed I could through the corner and just ask a little too much of the car. We're going to have to get this final lap perfect, and it's a little error from the vehicle ahead. I mean, that's what I want to see. We know we're quicker up the hill here. Could we possibly, I mean, even if I get this place, we're going to be 50 points short. I mean, we'll have a go, but we need another position elsewhere also. Eccentric's up to 5th. That's with no more than 50 points short. We need more positions, more places to make this happen, even if we have a really good run at the hill, which we're closing, but I'm not going to be able to have a dive. Okay, here we go. Now we've got to get this absolutely spot on the gravel here. We actually have a really good transition onto the gravel this time around. Can we keep the pressure on for the remainder of this lap? We're going to need miracles elsewhere. That is true. Oh, we can get alongside. We can get to the door of the car. Can I go sweeping around the outside? We make it stick. We'll move up into a 3rd place. The point. I don't even look at the points. We have got the points by the look of it. We dive down towards the final corner. Get the car stopped here. We make the turn. A little bit of a clunk on the fence. We know we've got more speed. And something's got on. I mean, it must have either overdriven that final corner or something. Ooh, we brought that one back from the brink. That one literally came back from the brink. I mean, we're still not finished yet. I think we need to get all those positions. We need to get the 8th, 9th, 11th, because we need to get those points. It looks like we are going to be okay to do it, but only just. Christ, that was close. That was super, super close. That was super close indeed. I'll take it around the outside of fellow Commodore to get on the podium, and it made the difference. There were passes elsewhere that made the differences as well. Some positions were gained on that final lap. What a mad, mad race. So, up next, we head back to the tarmac. We are going to the Bamburgh coast circuit. I love this track. We got a lot of work to be doing from back here. Okay. Well, me and the HSV got a lot of passes to be doing. Where is the Alpha? The Alpha's mid-pack. The Gibble is kind of mid-pack as well. The other Commodore starts on the front. We'll be curious to see. We'll be curious to see what goes on here. Maybe the other one isn't all-wheel drive. It's difficult to to know. Maybe it's just like the transition onto that. We'll find out possibly in the next off-road circuit that's a lot more dirt-orientated. Regardless, we've got to do what we can in this race. We've got to try and get as many positions as possible in the slightly slidey, slightly lively Commodore. I think this is going to be another case of let's just kind of not worry about the Alpha. Let's not worry about the Alpha, let's not worry about the HSV. They seem to be just too quick. Barring any weird goings on, or barring getting stuck in traffic, which does appear to have happened a little bit here. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't think we're going to really have much chance against them. The Alpha's going to have a look to the inside. Just about got through that one. The RX-8 got itself in a little bit of an awkward position down there. What do we got? So the Commodore leads. Commodore leads from Evo, then it's Gibble, then it's Subaru, HSV, Alpha, then it's my Commodore. I don't actually know what's behind us. Not sure. So the RX-8 possibly behind us. The Alpha's having a look to the inside at turn 1, but is not going to get anything happening there. Oh god, now don't hit the curb on the inside. We know how vicious the curbs are around this circuit. We've seen it time and time again. You hit the curbs, it just launches you out wide. The Alpha ran a little wide and bumped the wall. This is all bunching up to be a really big group of cars. That can be dangerous. It's easy to accidentally miss checkpoints in these battles, especially if you're fighting side by side with somebody and there's a third car somewhere having a look and doing something silly. Easy to get sometimes in a little bit of trouble with the old checkpoints. What have we got going on? Right, this is a battle and a half we're about to, emerge into. The Commodore is still leading the way from the Evo, but now it's Subaru, HSV, Gibble, Alpha, my Commodore is all in. I mean, we're talking, less than a second is covering 5 cars here, and that can only end one way, and that is 2 ways. It can either end amazing, spectacular, crazy racing, or end in tears. I don't know which way it's going to go here. We're hoping for the first, the amazing, spectacular, crazy racing. Oh, Blue team are fighting side by side. We want a piece of the action here. We will get the Commodore up the inside, and we do get past the Alfa Romeo for now. The Alfa's going to fight back, though, through this next corner. I was hoping it was going to be too slow on the grass, but no, that was not quite the case. Here we go. We've got the run up the hill in the Commodore. I kind of want to have a dive on the Gibble, but there's so many cars around, I'd be worried I'd just shoot into the back of something else when diving on the Gibble. The Gibble's up to 4th. I'm going to be stuck on the outside of my teammates. That's not what we wanted to have. The Subaru's got a huge twitch, and I had no choice, so all that hard work passing the Alphas got done. Subaru looks a bit of a handful to drive around here. When it's proto driving, I'm not quite sure. That's had a good watch of this rather massive fight going on. Oh, the HSV has got to the lead of the race in this one. It's a 1-2, not quite 1-2 for the red team, sorry, because of course the Commodore is a blue team car. Blue team, the Gibble and Alpha have got some friendly fun. Not intentional. Maserati found that horrible curb and got itself all crossed up and just slid towards the Giulia, squeezing it to the wall. Can I find a way into this battle? I'd quite like to, if I'm honest. I'd quite like to pass the Maserati and go after the Alpha. This is about to get hectic, this one. Not that it hasn't been already. We're just trying to look for a way past either of the cars ahead at the moment. Can I duck underneath both of them here? We're trying for it. We're going to go for it. The Alpha got stuck on the outside of the Gibble, and I tried to make the most of it. We just don't quite have the run down the straight. Here comes that Subaru, also involved in this fight. This is an epic tussle over 4th place. It's not even going to net us a podium at this rate. The Giulia wanted to try and cut back underneath, but didn't quite get it timed correctly through there. The Commodore in 2nd is about to come under threat from an Evo. The Commodore's in big trouble, actually. Out wide, Evo tried to get to the insides, got all crossed up. Oh, Maserati ends up in the wall. Evo's trying to stay out of trouble from being slow in that section. Maserati's out wide on the exit, and it might look like we've got ourselves gifted a 3rd position in all of this. I'm not going to have time to catch the Commodore. I'm certainly not got the pace of the HSV. The Giulia's been ensnared in this massive battle with me. I don't think the Giulia's quite as quick around this track as it has been at some of the other ones, if I'm honest. Released from that battle, we've really gone chasing after 2nd place here. I feel like another lap and we might have even got ourselves into 2nd. Oh, something happened to the Maserati through all of that, and it's whatever way it goes, well, blue team have got a decent chunk of cars up the points. It's not quite going to be enough for them. That was complete madness. A fun, entertaining race. Complete and utter madness. It's the HSV that takes victory. 2 red cars on the podium once more. That was completely bonkers for a lot of the latter part of that race. I'll take the third. Been quite consistent in these finishing positions so far. So it is time for proper full-on off-road. Well, I mean, the other one was... Well, it's a full dirt circuit, basically. A little bit of a tarmac hill climb section, but predominantly dirt. The Commodore, I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad. The all-wheel drive cars will have a bigger advantage around this one. Be curious to see of the rear-wheel drive cars how we are going to fare. It doesn't look like the Julia had rally tyres from what I can see. I say unfortunately. It'd be nice if it didn't, because it might stand a chance out here, but it does look like that has got some rally tyres. The Stinger is, I'm going to presume, all-wheel drive. I would imagine, okay, so the speed that Commodore has launched would suggest to me all-wheel drive in that, just because we know it's not got crazy top end because I was out dragging it, and that would, the only way it would launch that much quicker than me would be the traction off the line, and I've got the biggest tyres I can, rally tyres, so the only way it would be beating me is, well, funnily enough, that all-wheel drive. Blue team have got a good start actually in this one in terms of points. We're trying to mix it up in there with our Commodore. That's the corner that's going to hurt a little bit more than others with the rear-wheel drive car. Some of these corners aren't too bad, like here for example, not too much of a problem. HSV is a little bit stuck. I don't really want to slow the HSV down. I'm not too fussed if it goes whizzing past. As far as it's a teammate, I know I haven't quite got the car to fight with that. The HSV is too quick. Oh, the Gibble's out very wide, and that's going to lose blue team a whole host of points. Ooh, that's not the place you'd normally fall over around this track. That is really not the place you normally fall over around this circuit. Jeez, that's a little bit scary. Yeah, we got into all sorts of trouble around there. I imagine... I don't actually know the HSVs. What drive that one is, particularly. With the Subaru, of course, is in its natural environment here, doing a little bit of rallying. We're trying to be sneaky, battling with the other Commodore, with that slightly alternate line. I mean, I'm trying every different line in the book here to make something happen. We're actually got held up by an Evo on traction. That's not what's supposed to happen there. The all-wheel drive car is not supposed to hold up the rear-wheel drive car on the dirt corner. The Evo's just not got the grip through there. Right, points-wise, we've really turned this around. Me and HSV have just kind of carved our way past a whole load of the blue team cars, and yeah, we have moved ourselves up quite nicely here. Subaru is going to pull a little bit of a gap at the front. There's perhaps not so much of a surprise in that one, especially if the cars that have generally been the quickest here have all been the rear drives. This is where we're going to always struggle a little bit more. I know that the Gibble might be all-wheel drive, but that's obviously had a big understeer moment around it. It's a big, heavy car. All-wheel drive can do some to help, but it's not going to completely save you around here, or in any of the circuits, to be honest with you. Do we run that wide line? I mean, the wide line was working for overtaking against slower cars. I don't know if it's working for lap time particularly, but whatever happens, it's looking like a 4. It's kind of looking annoyingly... we're actually both catching that Alpha quite quickly. Maybe the Alpha is not enjoying life out here on the dirt quite as much as we are. Well, we've got to be careful. We're not that far away from the cars behind. I'd like to keep up podium streak. As I said, I've not quite got... Oh, no, not going to be keeping it up now. Not with that. I just did not get that corner right through there, and that has put us in a world of trouble. I just thought I was safely through there, to be honest. That was really close to missing the checkpoint. That was an aggressive throw to the inside with the Commodore. We made it work, but now we've only got a lap. No, we've got 2 laps, sorry, to try and get 4th place back. Evo with a better line will reclaim that 5th. I think we can still find a way back past. 4th might be possible. Annoyingly, if I hadn't hit the wall, the Alpha seemed to be struggling, so there may have even been a chance for a podium, but I guess we've got to recover what we can. Points-wise, thankfully, as far as the team goes, it doesn't look like that's going to have ruined it particularly. Is my car quick enough in a lap to catch and pass that RX-8? I don't know. Something went on with Evo that was behind us, because now suddenly it's a Kia. Sure, It's not normally what happens, but never mind. Can we get 4th? I know it's a teammate, so we're not going to... Oh, okay, they even missed a checkpoint. That's what happened to it. We're not going to go completely crazy trying to pass a teammate. We're not going to run... Well, I said we're not going to run off road. We wouldn't run anybody off the road, but, you know, there are risky maneuvers you'd take perhaps against a competitor team you wouldn't against a teammate. However, in the end, we didn't really need to. We just got a lot more speed than that Mazda. Yeah, we should have had 3rd in that one. My own incompetence a little bit, just asking too much of the car. Ran a smidge wide. Cody's Alpha is very quick, but just not quite so good around this particular circuit. We hit the rolly bump that I was just taking a gamble on because I've been struggling a little bit for pace. Damn it. Damn and blast. Annoyed at myself on that one. Could have kept the podiums going, just got a bit greedy coming around there and clipped the wall. 4th place still not bad at the end of the day. But yeah, would have liked a little bit more. The Subaru does take victory in this one. It's victory for the all-wheel drive cars. Red team did rather dominate that one. For our final round, it is the Prince's Street Garden Circuit. The most technical of circuits that we are going to... Oh, for God's sake. The most technical of circuits we're going to go today, and the one that is probably going to be best for my car in many ways. Probably not going to have the measure of the HSV. I think that is just better than my vehicle in just about every way. But we might be the second best car around here. We're probably about between me and the Alpha. Because we at least here have the advantage of being lighter than the Giulia by a fair bit. Possibly even bigger tyres than the Giulia. Who knows? Anyway, let's see what we can do. If we can get past the Alpha while we're all in ghosty mode, that would be wonderful. Oh, no, we're out of ghosty mode. Bugger. Oh, the RX-8 may have missed a checkpoint, I think, and got pushed kind of along. Where's the HSV? The HSV is leading the way already. Well, I think we can kiss the chance of winning this race goodbye. The Alpha... Oh, the Alpha got street furnitured. Okay, well, we're going to pass the Giulia. If we can get... My goal is 2nd place now in this one. But my goal is to win, of course, but that the HSV, sorry, is just too quick. This has all got very busy through here. The RS6, I mean, look, I'm always going to be a bit biased to the big Audis. I love the RS6, however, in this field, it is going to struggle, shall we say. It's quite big and quite heavy. It has a good chunk of power, but that might not be enough here. Alright, we're going to go to the inside at turn 1. I want to get past this Evo, quickly. Didn't even intend to go past the Commodore, but we've got that one as well. Fantastic stuff. I'll take it. The Gibble almost missed a checkpoint there. That was super close. It did miss a checkpoint. Well, that might be a spot on the podium for me in a second if we get this exit right against the Kia, which we do. That will work nicely. Okay. Red team sit at a 1, 2, and 3. Can I chase down the Subaru? And this has got a pretty big lead for only a couple of laps. I think that might be too taller an order. Even if we have a car quick enough to do it, even if a car quicker than the Subaru, in 2 laps, that's a massive order. Barring any mistakes, of course. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have a quick enough car to do that one. Got to worry a little bit about the Stinger. It might try and have a dive at turn 1. I don't think so. I don't think it's quite got the speed. Might be a case of content to sit in 4th, knowing it can't quite match the pace of the Commodore. Well, that being said, it definitely seems better around here than some of the tracks it has gone to. The Alpha's not quite got through the pack as quickly as I have. Commodore's having a fight back there as well. Yeah, I don't think I can... I mean, just looking at the gap to me in the Subaru... Sorry, we've got an extra lap on Wi-Fi, only 2 laps left. We've kind of got 3 times around to do something, but... we're definitely closing. The HSV is phenomenal, as expected. I mean, that's really been the car to beat everywhere, barring the full off-road. Then it couldn't really match. And even then it was quick, so... even then it was very, very quick. Are we closer than last lap around? Probably. Yes, I think we are reeling it in. We're going to need a mistake to really get properly close. Oh, that's a mistake by me. That's not the mistake that was needed. In fact, with us getting a 1, 2, 3, it's actually impossible for Blue Team to win, regardless of what the rest of their vehicles do. Come come on, come on. Oh, we can do this. We can, well, get closer. We can watch Subaru drive around in front of us and see the nameplate a little bit clearer, see the paint a little bit clearer each lap. It's just not quite going to be enough laps. I don't know how many we really need. It's a shame. In fact, I think it's like we've lost a little bit of ground from mistakes. It's a shame we don't get to see fastest laps in Team Adventures. It would be curious to see what kind of lap time various vehicles were doing. I mean, what type lap time was the Alpha doing buried in traffic in this one? That's not really had a clean run around here. I mean, we had to work our way through the field. I mean, we were back there. We were in that fight to begin with. We've had a really good first sector. If I'd had this first sector last lap, that would have been wonderful. Sadly, we didn't. I think the Subaru had a little bit of an iffy first sector. We've had a wonderful sector there. We're definitely much closer than we were last time around. But, you know, it's not going to be enough. The Alpha has worked its way up into a 4th place in all of this. Come on, come on. Nicely-ish does it. Nicely-ish, as in clattered out everything through there. Only took out the littlest bit of fence through there. Well, one more quarter to go. The eccentric almost put it in the wall to try and stay ahead. Yeah, we were closing, but it was never going to be enough. Sadly, that first lap just cost us so much time. We were so far back. 3rd is a pretty damn good recovery from there, and definitely the Commodore was working very, very well indeed. Just not quite. The problem with the Commodore was very, very good. The thing is, the HSV was just better everywhere than it, pretty much. Thankfully, it was on my team, but yeah, that thing was brutal. That thing was brutally fast. Well, there we go. Red team take victory in this final round. While it is a 5-0 victory, it doesn't quite do some of the early rounds justice. The last couple of tracks, the red team really did pick up some big points, but some of those first early rounds could really have gone either way. There's some very, very close racing in that, which is absolutely, absolutely what you want. That, though, is going to be it for this video. If you'd like to sign up and take part in the next one of these, you can via our forums. There's a link in the description. Not via our forum, sorry, I do apologise, via the Discord. I got used to saying different thing. There's a link in the description. There is a Versus community. Sign up on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Until next time, goodbye.